Hello, this is Dr. Jason Munsell. This is part 2 of the first lecture, and now I am just going to go over the syllabus and hopefully help you understand some of this stuff a little bit better. Again, this is comm 335, political communication. It is a hybrid. The face-to-face meetings, and I'm on page 1 here, will be every Tuesday evening from 5:30 to 6:45. Please notice that we are in Bush Science Center, room 224. Basic information, you know who I am by now, Dr. Jason Munsell. Please note, if you did not know, Dr. Burke is now the program coordinator for communication studies, along with the 3 majors that we have: communication studies in the day and still in the evening. We're phasing that out. And then health communication and leadership and professional communication. I have been doing it for the last 5 years, so it's time to sort of rotate that. You can see where my office is, what my office phone number is. You can see my emails there, or excuse me, my office hours. And notice that I can also meet you by appointment. And we do have virtual office hours, and so from 9 to 10 o'clock every Tuesday and Thursday nights, I will be live on email, and also if you're friends with me on Facebook, I'll be live there as well, virtually live. So if you email me a question or having a difficulty with any of the assignments, you will get a fairly immediate response. The provost has told us that we need to respond to student emails within 24 hours. When you take a class from Dr. Jason Munsell, he responds within 24 seconds. Well, that's an exaggeration, but you get the idea. And also I have the teaching schedule, just so you know all the various classes that I am teaching. I'm also teaching a couple of really interesting independent studies, and I might have an internship coming up. And again, you know my email address by now. Hopefully, you know it. And also, I do Facebook friend my students, if you so desire. God, I love these things. But remember, it's like, I do have a personal Facebook account, or more private, for my friends. And then more of a professional one. So search Jason Brian Munsell. Brian is my middle name if you want to friend me on Facebook. And I'm also on Twitter, as you will soon be if you're not already. Search Dr. J. Munsell. And I'm also on Tumblr, and I have my own YouTube channel that you will find soon, or at least the link to, because that's where I'll put the recorded videos, and then put the links as bookmarks on KC. You can also see where my mailbox is, and I've already sort of showed you the book, and it is in the it's in the bookstore, and this is the book, Political Campaign Communication, and it is really quite good. I will draw from several other books as well, as I say, in the syllabus, but you are not required to get those other books. The only thing that you are required to get is that book that I just showed you, Political Campaign Communication. I offer you sort of the course general description as we move down that first page. This is only the second time this class has been taught as a class that's on the books. It was taught a few times as a special topics class, but now it is a comm 335. And I also, even though this is conceptual, theoretical, I do want to make this as practical as possible, because I know that you, as for the most part adult learners, are looking for very practical information that you can use. So of course it's about the big picture, it's about the ongoing dialogue, but it's about being a good citizen, and being a very savvy decoder of political messages, but also I want to make this very practical. The student learning outcomes, or SLOs as I like to call them, we always need to have these particular outcomes that we hope, this is what you will get out of this class. And so there's a lot of stuff in here, but building that theoretical vocabulary of rhetorical terms, and I'll talk about what rhetoric and everything like that means in class, but to be able to talk about political communication as an educated communication scholar. Gain an appreciation for the significant impact of oratory in American history, and I will ask you actually to analyze a couple of political speeches through threaded reflections. And then I'll let you read the rest of the specifics there in that particular bullet. Moving on to page 3, learn about employment opportunities and simulate the responsibilities of working in the field of political communication. Developing speech writing strategies and media consultancy strategies, campaigning strategies, this is going to be the huge big project of this entire semester, that you're going to work alone or together to really plan out a campaign for a candidate or for yourself, depending again on the situation and what you want to do in light of the options of the assignment. But again, realizing that some of you might not be interested in doing this for a living, but what you will learn through that process, I promise you, will translate to other areas. And then, of course, identify the economic, structural, and technological developments that influence the persuasion ethics of political discourse in contemporary South Carolinian and American politics. So we're talking about new media and all that type of stuff and how that impacts political communication. You cannot run an effective political campaign these days by just going door to door. You've got to be on Twitter, you got to be on Facebook, you got to have a website, etc., etc., etc. So those are generally the things that I would like you to learn. The next thing I'll let you read on your own, but basically it just sort of showcases these transferable, important skills that you will learn in this class, and really all communication classes. You know, folks, once you get a degree in college, no matter what you have majored in, folks want the graduates to have verbal communication skills, strong work ethic, teamwork skills, analytical skills, initiative, and then I have some links there for some brand new information. And there's a little error here. And also some brand new stuff out from June 7th from Edudemic. So take a look at all that type of stuff. They talk about the necessary skills for the future: leadership, digital literacy, communication, emotional intelligence, entrepreneurship, global citizenship, problem solving, teamworking. And so a lot of this stuff you will be learning not only in this class, but in lots of different communication studies classes. Again, whatever your major might be: health comm, leadership and professional comm, and the older comm studies degree, etc. So basically, again, we're teaching you very practical stuff. We are all about preparing you for the future, whatever the future might hold for you. The future is so bright, I have to wear computer glasses. But I also then I'm on the bottom of page 4. I want you to remember that we're not just a vocational college, right? We're a liberal arts college, and so you need to know a lot of different things. This goes from Cicero. Cicero said the best speakers were folks who knew pretty much everything about everything. I know that's sort of impossible, but liberal arts means learning, having a liberal or broad understanding of lots of different things, and communication was always part of the idea of liberal arts teaching and liberal arts education when communication was known as rhetoric, which is basically the art of persuasion. So I'll let you read that, but it's really important that you still understand that even in the cohort process, even in the evening college, Columbia College is still a liberal arts college. Learning outcomes, the 4 C's stuff in the middle of page 5. You know, obviously the stuff that you will learn is going to help you become a stronger leader. And we do have a particular student learning outcome for our entire program to make sure that, no matter what classes you take, that we infuse sort of leadership education into all of these classes. And so you have that student learning outcome, but just know that, even though this is a political comm class, even though this is about campaign strategies and stuff like that, you are learning leadership skills. And also I put this thing here about cultural influence. It's so important to us, and this is another sort of departmental or program-wide student learning outcome, that students understand the connections between communication and culture and communication. People are different, and so it's very, very important that you understand that culture influences communication, communication influences culture. And we'll certainly talk about that in the class, but that, again, is just some information for you. So you know that, this is about political communication, but it's also about preparing you for a career. It's all about professional development. It's all about liberal arts. It's all about leadership, and it's all about culture. Big time, awesome class. Thumbs up. And I do have a note on the idea of this being a hybrid class, and I'll let you read that, but just know that because this is a hybrid class, we'll be doing lots of stuff online, just like you are watching me right now online, hopefully. Not right now, but later on, asynchronous, which means not at the same time. That would be synchronous. So I give you some information about that, and I tell you where to start. A lot of this stuff is cut and pasted actually from some of Dr. Burke's stuff. But hopefully through orientation or whatever, you have become familiar with Koala Connection, and you can find the course shell comm 33525. And of course I give you the help desk number there if you are having problems. But if you are having technological problems, please let me know. You can call me and leave a message on that old sort of thing called a phone. Not a smartphone, but like the phone, like a landline phone. And so certainly let me know if you're having difficulty. But I'll have lots of handouts on there. I'll have lots of bookmarks, and bookmarks just mean links to various websites or various videos on websites. And so if you aren't familiar with Koala Connection, you might want to go to the course shell and sort of look around and see what's going on. And I have now, at this point, put up threaded discussion, and I'll say a little bit about that soon. And you'll also be required to do Twitter. Okay, what you really want to know, the assignments. Participation attendance is worth 10% because we only see each other face-to-face once a week. It's important that you are there. Twitter responses to political campaigns. I'll say more about that, but that's 10% of the course grade. The Koala Connection threaded discussion / collaboration is worth 15%. Threaded speech analyses worth 15%. I'll have an old-fashioned midterm exam, but it's going to be take-home. So you'll have multiple choice and true false, but it will be open book, open notes, open heart, open mind, etc. So you should do very well on that. That is my great hope. And I do that because I absolutely hate online timed quizzes and exams. Something always messes up, and I also have exam anxiety and stuff like that. I remember taking all those graduate entry exams and GRE and being timed and oh my God, I'm running out of time, and then you just can't think. So that's why I don't do that. I hate that stuff. And then the big thing worth 20% is the campaign portfolio paper. This is where you're going to put together this big idea for campaign strategies for you or a possible candidate for the 2016 presidential election. And then there's going to be a take-home final, but the take-home final is going to be a speech manuscript. And